All right, guys, so the old Mach 3 computer over there finally bit the dust on me. But I have a surprise in store for you guys. So I mounted this arm here a while back, and I basically just had another keyboard on here. So I turn on the computer over there to run the machine, but then I could use the keyboard here to just control, the movement of the spindle, and I could pause it if I needed to or anything like that, right? But my original idea for this was to upgrade to this guy. So we got a Masso G3 Touch, I think it's called. This will be the first unboxing video I've ever done, if we could call it that. And there she is in all her glory. I'll get her out of the box in a minute, and you guys could see that's basically gonna go here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave this tray, shorten it maybe, or might like it here to just put stuff down, or maybe put notes, or I don't know, maybe something else. But if not, I'll just end up unbolting it from there, and then I'll figure out how to bolt the Masso directly to this. All right, guys, that's what I was just talking about. I absolutely hate it. So I'm gonna pull that whole tray off real quick, and then I'll figure out how to bolt this just to the TV swing arm in the back, or monitor swing arm, whatever the hell you want to call it. Here's the mount by itself. You can see it's kind of fairly telescopic. Can shrink down, get out of the way, and we can pull it out. Could kind of move it if I want to get it closer to the spindle for some reason. If I want it out of the way, keeping chips away. The other cool thing is that it could be tilted. You could adjust these and tilt it forwards, backwards, because I think the way it is right now, it's going to be a little awkward if I'm close, and I'm honestly much taller than it. So I have to see. I could in the future, add on to this upright and bring it up. But for now, I'm going to leave it where it is, and I'll probably just give it a little tilt backwards. All right, guys, so I opened up the Masso, and it looks like these 4 holes right here are gonna work out perfect for me. They make them very small, on the Masso backing plate, but when I come over here, on my plate, they're actually, and what's cool about this is you can mount it anywhere. It's the same grid pattern. No, I'm lying. Can't mount it there. Anyway, you can mount it up and down in the middle, because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have that range. So I'm basically going to mount it as high as I can, because like I just said a couple minutes ago, this is going to end up being a little short for me. But anyway, the original hardware I had holding on that tray was 5/16. These fit perfectly through here. So what I'm going to do now is just bring this over to my workbench, and I'll drill these out to 5/16. I have to find 2 more bolts and nuts like this, but for now I'll just put the 2 and we'll get the ball rolling. All right, guys, so I found some button head 5/16 screws here, which I think are going to be much better. Just probably put a little dab of Loctite on the back when I get it drilled. Move those out of the way. Like I said before, these are my holes here. Got my drill bits. I'm going to try to just slide this kind of to the edge like that. Drill it and hope that most of the chips just fall on the ground. Because obviously I don't want to get them anywhere near the controller. I might also take, a little rag or piece of plastic and just put it over that. So say a little good luck wish for me, guys. All right, guys, we got it mounted. And seems to be, it's actually a pretty good height now that I'm standing next to it. I was able to raise it up to those top holes, like I said, and I tilted it all the way back as far as this would rotate. So it's on a little bit of a slant, not too much. But I could get to everything. I could reach the switches down here, the E-stop, whatever I need. Let me see if I could, oh good, I didn't have that locked. You could see the buttons I went with right there. Came out pretty clean. The standoffs, if you want to mount relays or whatever else they have to go in here, will clear the button heads now, so that's perfect. I think they would have cleared the bolts that I had also. I'm sure they designed it that way on purpose. Yeah, but anyway, so I have these guys, have these four, which are, you know, to close the unit. I don't know why they go so crazy to close it with screws instead of just having like one latch on the side, but I guess I don't really see a seal of any sort unless I'm missing something. The only other hole, and I didn't tighten these up yet for that reason, is over here. It seems like all the cables come through here, guys. And it's literally going to be right underneath this guy. But it should be fine. It'll come down here, and then I'll probably kind of run them down the arm. And then on this CNC, I gotta start pulling those stuff out of the way. My stepper motor cables I run into electric boxes here, and then I run them through conduit over to the controller. So I might see. I'll open those up. There's not much in there to begin with, and I might just fit a larger conduit and just go all the way down to the controller because I need to get to the geckos. The only unfortunate part was when I bought. Well, my girlfriend actually bought it for me for a Christmas present, which was super nice of her. When she bought this for me, I didn't realize at the time that for the Gecko 203V, the Vampire drives, I need an add-on accessory from Masso. It's called a differential receiver. So I just ordered that. Should be here hopefully in a couple weeks. I'm not sure. I think that's going to get mounted in the control cabinet. For now, I honestly don't run much on this CNC. I don't even have limit switches. I want to just be able to turn the spindle on and off, you know, run the coolant pump and everything like that. But all of that is built into the control box I made with the VFD and everything like that. So I'm basically just looking to control the machine right now. I did put proximity sensors on this guy years ago. But I never installed them. With the steppers, it pretty much doesn't matter if you run into an end, and I really never do. And I kind of just stay in the middle anyway with most of the parts I make. But with that being said, the only other thing I need to do, I have to order all new stepper motor cables. Because the cabling I used years ago has all started shorting out on me now. You can see this box. I had to just open it and for the time being just run a new cable. It probably just wasn't rated for bending. Like I have some of these bends, they might be a little tight. Like this one, I could probably put on top of this bracket, you know, to get a little bit more height out of some of the bends. Same with that one. But I mean, they've lasted about 10 years. But what happens is I get a break in the wiring now, and it shorts out the geckos, unfortunately. And not gonna lie, it's a pain in the ass figuring it out also. But anyway, all right, so that's that. I'm gonna quickly mark this. I'll cut it out, and then that should be it. All right, guys, we're gonna call that done for now. This video was literally just about mounting the Masso. I got this cut out. I kind of filed it and put like a deburring tool on my little drill. I screwed up, guys. I should have actually tried to make this slightly larger because the edge that they have is aluminum and it's much smoother, but it's just about the same size. It is what it is. It's pretty smooth. I mean, my finger's not catching on anything. I might take some like a liquid electric tape that I have and just run it around, or maybe that like hot dip rubber crap if I could find some. But anyway, it's good enough for now. Unfortunately, my mount has like this in the way right here, but between the hole in the middle and these holes, I should be able to run enough wires through. If not, you know, they'll come out the bottom, maybe come out right here or something like that. Anyway, let's close it up. Yeah, looking good. Now I just got to get it wired and hope that I'm hoping that some of my Mach 3 files will transfer over. If not, I still have them saved back in Cut 2D. I just have to see if I can find a post processor for that, you know, to load into the Masso. But this guy has this little USB here for loading, but I did read online that a lot of guys have problems with it for whatever reason. I guess it comes from there down. So, I don't know. Worst case scenario, you got to disconnect it. I guess you put the flash drive right there. I don't know if there's a USB on this side. No, it doesn't look like it. And then, you know, this cable right here is a kind of a tight turn, but I mean, guys are doing it, so I should be able to fit it in there. All right, we're gonna call this one done.